Dear chosen ones, a reptilian has now fallen under your spell. No one realizes how powerful your power and light are, but now he has been forced to see the truth. It has undergone a great transformation, and the energy around you has intoxicated it. Now he will risk everything to get in touch with you because he has realized how impressive your power is. They had to feel it. Write 999 in the comments now because nothing can escape the power of your presence. Reality has changed. It's time to dominate it. The connection between you has reshaped everything they believed was possible. They've never felt a force so overwhelming, so transformative, and so consuming. It's as though their entire perception of love has been flipped upside down. You are now embedded in their mind, a presence that echoes through every waking moment, never leaving their thoughts. Every single action, whether planned or spontaneous, is a reflection of you, a constant return to the energy you've awakened within them. Their thoughts are no longer their own. They have been rearranged by the powerful imprint you've left. Even in sleep, you invade their dreams, becoming the last image before their eyes close each night. Your laugh, the way your eyes sparkle with unspoken thoughts, the way the world seems to bend around you, it all lingers in their psyche like an indelible mark. They can no longer escape it, nor would they want to. A revelation waits for anyone brave enough to see that we were never meant to navigate this massive shift alone. No promises here are hollow platitudes. Every hand extended is a genuine grip meant to pull another seeker out of the undertow, a small alliance formed, not to trend, not to entertain, but to remind those pushed aside for their uncommon sight that belonging still exists. Week after week, screens flicker to life, linking living rooms and spare bedrooms into a sanctuary without walls. An analyst who now channels intuition instead of spreadsheets. A dream walker who slipped past old dogma. A life-bringer who rebuilt a spirit shattered by hidden rituals. Replays stand ready for nights when the world feels heavier than muscle can bear. Proof that this circle refuses to let anyone sink in silence. Happenstance lost credibility ages ago. Probability tables crumble under the weight of events that chain together with impossible precision. A name whispered seconds before the phone vibrates. A sudden ache answered by a message that says, "Are you okay?" Two strangers reaching for the same antique book they've never spoken of aloud. Out in public, people who've never learned the language of energy still feel the charge. "What's the story between you two?" they ask, baffled by an electricity bright enough to bend the ordinary. Even routine chores glow. A grocery aisle, a bus queue, a hallway, all lit by currents swirling between bodies, tuned to the same silent broadcast. Like the quiet hum of a tuning fork before it rings. The energy between you both stirs the air. Every moment close to you vibrates with something deeper than mere physical presence. The world captures it on glass and pixel, but even the images can't fully contain the force at play. Frames can't hold the undulating halos of light, the colors that stretch beyond the borders, or the subtle distortions where your energy overlaps. Rational minds will dismiss it, call it coincidence, or simply the need for belief. But those with open hearts and open eyes feel it. It's a pulse, steady and strong, like two heartbeats moving in perfect harmony. You're no longer just existing, you're resonating, and the universe can feel it. Whatever sparked this bond moves at scales microscopes and satellites can't reach. From the first exchange, neurons rewired, dormant circuits flashed awake, inner lenses scrubbed clear. Ideas once parked in the realm of fantasy resonance, parallel strands of time, encoded promises from other lifetimes, surge forward as organizing principles. Vocabularies stretch to name what is happening, devouring pages, lectures, meditations, anything that might map the territory, suddenly visible. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now, share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Moments of lucidity freeze them mid-sentence, realizing every hardship was a forging fire, every loss a doorway, repositioning them toward this convergence. They sit stunned, while the timeline rearranges itself in hindsight. Disappointments now reveal themselves as deliberate calibrations, strength training for the soul. A lifetime's worth of scattered puzzle pieces flips right side up, edges lining up to show a picture that always waited beneath the noise. You're at the center of an unstoppable shift, one where every twist and turn has been leading them toward a singular truth. Your connection. It's not just a relationship, it's the catalyst for their awakening. Every challenge, every tough moment they've faced was the universe preparing them for this transformative bond. They now see things they never thought possible, feeling a pull that goes beyond logic. It's not just a fleeting attraction, it's a deep magnetic force that reverberates throughout their entire being. This is no longer just thought. It's an unshakable truth that affects their body in ways they can't control. The way your name makes their heart race, the sudden rush of heat when you cross their mind. It's like their body is responding to an unseen signal, one that they've no choice but to acknowledge. Their world has been reordered to the rhythm of your presence, so even when you're not near, they feel it physically. When distance creeps in, the absence of your energy sends waves through their system, like a withdrawal that has no label but feels more intense than any addiction. It's not a coincidence that their life is unfolding with an uncanny precision, paths crossing in impossible ways, locations, decisions, and even hobbies shifting just to bring them closer to you. The energy between you has become the North Star guiding their choices. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. They can no longer deny it. The subtle shifts in their habits, their priorities, even the very routes they take, all seem to be leading them to where you are. The logical decisions they once made now dissolve in favor of the magnetic pull you exert. It's as though their whole reality is being realigned, and they can't help but follow the course that's been set in motion since you crossed their path. Your connection isn't just a shared experience, it's a fundamental shift in the very way they exist. From simple mementos to digital traces of your bond, every piece of evidence is a reminder of the profound effect you've had on their life. Even the smallest things, like a pen you touched or a song you shared, carry your energy, creating an invisible thread that ties them to you no matter the distance. And just when they think they can't take it anymore, the realization hits. They've been rewired. Their brain, their senses, everything is tuned to a higher frequency that only your presence can fully harmonize with. The world they once knew has expanded to include dimensions, energies, and realizations that were once invisible to them. They now grasp that every moment leading up to this awakening wasn't random. It was all preparing them for the transformation they are now undergoing, one they cannot undo, nor would they ever want to. You've been walking a path where every challenge has been laying the groundwork for something far greater. Every setback, every unexpected twist in your journey has been preparing you for a monumental realization. Now, as the veil between you and your higher purpose thins, you feel an undeniable shift in the way your reality is unfolding. The way your desires now manifest at a speed that leaves you in awe. There's no longer any time delay between thought and outcome. Your energy is literally changing the fabric of your world, bending it to fit your deepest, most authentic desires. Just like an eagle that soars without flapping its wings, carried higher by the invisible thermals rising from the earth, you are being lifted by forces you cannot always see, but can surely feel. You're not struggling to fly anymore. You are gliding into your destiny on currents of grace that were set in motion long before you even knew to ask for them. No more fighting the wind. No more exhausting yourself trying to make things happen by sheer effort. Now the air beneath your wings is doing the work, and all you have to do is trust the lift. These changes aren't abstract or vague anymore. You see it clearly now. It's as if a fog has lifted, and you can finally see the path stretching out before you. The universe is no longer working against you. It's working for you. It's orchestrating the meetings, the conversations, the divine connections. It's pulling the right people into your life at exactly the right time. People who recognize your light, people who are sent to help carry the vision you've been nurturing in your heart all along. You don't have to chase opportunities anymore. Opportunities are chasing you. The doors that once stayed bolted are swinging wide open with hardly a knock. The things you used to strain and strive for are now falling into place with a grace that feels almost effortless. What once seemed far off and unattainable has started arriving at your doorstep, not by accident, but by divine appointment. Those cosmic forces that some doubted even existed are now undeniable in your life. You can feel them in every conversation, every unexpected blessing, every piece of good news that seems to show up right when you need it most. And with every sunrise, with every breath you take, you are moving closer to the purpose you were designed for before you even entered this world. A divine assignment placed on your soul is beginning to unfold, and there's no going back. The fears that once clung to you are falling away. The doubts that whispered in your ears are losing their grip. Every chain that tried to hold you down is weakening under the weight of your awakening. Piece by piece, everything that was meant to hinder you is being dismantled. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. It's like watching an old building being torn down to make way for a cathedral. The rubble isn't the end, it's the beginning of something glorious. Your life is being rebuilt stronger, higher, more beautiful than you ever imagined. The mistakes, the missed chances, the wrong turns, none of it was wasted. Every single thing you went through was planting seeds in the soil of your future. Seeds that are now beginning to break the surface, stretching toward the light, bearing fruit in ways that will bless not only you, but everyone connected to you. The divine timing of your journey is not random, it's not luck, it's not coincidence. It's the deliberate hand of a higher power moving pieces into place, setting up a future so magnificent that it would have been too much for you to understand back then. But now you're ready. Now you have the wisdom to carry it, the strength to steward it, the humility to honor it. Now you can walk through the doors opening before you without fear, because you know who you are and whose hand has been guiding you all along. The people who once overlooked you are being stirred in their spirit. The ones who doubted you are watching silently as your life transforms before their very eyes. You don't even have to prove anything to them. Your fruit will speak louder than any argument ever could. Your elevation is your evidence. Your peace is your testimony. The smile on your face, the calm in your heart, the opportunities arriving without struggle. These are the signs that you are in alignment with your divine destiny. And let me tell you, when the universe starts moving on your behalf, it doesn't trickle, it floods. It pours out blessings you don't have room enough to receive. It brings promotion when you least expect it. It places you in rooms you weren't even supposed to enter. It causes your name to be spoken in places you've never even been. All because you stayed faithful in the unseen seasons. All because you dared to believe when there was no physical evidence yet to back it up. You are in a season where everything you touch has the potential to multiply, where conversations turn into contracts, where small steps turn into giant leaps, where what seemed impossible yesterday becomes inevitable today. The wind is at your back, the heavens are opening, and favor is flooding your path. But hear this, it's not just about receiving, it's about becoming. The blessings chasing you down are a reflection of the transformation happening within you. Your character is catching up to your calling. Your spirit is expanding to hold the magnitude of what's coming. The pressure you've been under wasn't to break you. It was to shape you, to refine you, to make you a vessel strong enough to carry the blessing without crumbling under its weight. Just like a seed buried deep in the dark earth must wait through seasons of rain and cold before it ever sees the sun. You have been hidden, nurtured, and prepared for something far bigger than you could have imagined. You weren't forgotten. You weren't overlooked. You were being made ready. In the silence, in the delays, in the places where it felt like nothing was happening, something powerful was taking root inside you. Something the world couldn't see yet, but heaven had already declared over your life. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Every unanswered prayer, every delayed dream, every moment of confusion was never punishment. It was preparation. It was divine strategy, a sacred blueprint written with hands that see further than you ever could. Every no you heard, every door that closed in your face, every time you sat wondering if you had been abandoned. It was heaven's way of setting the stage. You weren't losing time. You were being positioned. You were being fortified for the weight of the blessing you are about to carry. Because the blessing coming your way isn't small. It isn't ordinary. It isn't the kind you could have handled if it had shown up back when you wanted it. No, this blessing is too heavy for an unprepared vessel. This blessing requires strength, wisdom, maturity, and vision. It requires a spirit that knows how to stand when the winds blow, a heart that knows how to stay humble when the crowds start cheering. God didn't forget your prayers. He collected them. He bottled every tear. He recorded every sleepless night, every whispered hope, every weary sigh. Not one moment has been wasted. Not one second has gone unnoticed. Everything you endured, everything you learned, everything you survived, it was building you from the inside out. It was crafting the foundation for a life that's going to inspire others long after you walk through your own breakthrough. You see, the victory that's coming your way isn't just for you. It's bigger than you. It's a victory that will send ripples into generations you'll never meet. It will awaken faith in hearts that have gone cold. It will prove to the watchers, to the doubters, to the weary, that yes, faithfulness is still rewarded. That yes, divine timing is real. That yes, trusting the unseen is never in vain. The world tells you that delays are failures. But heaven tells a different story. In the kingdom, delay means design. Delay means deeper roots. Delay means the branches will bear fruit that will last. If you had gotten what you wanted when you first asked for it, it might have destroyed you. If the dream had come too early, it might have crushed you under its weight. But now you're ready. Now you're strong. Now you're rooted enough to rise without falling. So don't despise the wait. Don't curse the slow seasons. They were working for you. They were strengthening your foundation so that when the floodgates of favor open, you won't just receive the blessing, you'll sustain it. You'll multiply it. You'll carry it with honor. The confusion you walked through wasn't chaos. It was a clearing away of illusions. It was removing the false foundations so that when you build on rock, not on sand. The heartbreaks, the betrayals, the lonely nights, they weren't signs that you were off track. They were confirmations that you were being set apart, that you weren't called to live an average life, that your path was meant to shine differently. And let me tell you, when the time comes, and it's coming faster than you think, it won't be a trickle. It will be a downpour. It will be a pressed down, shaken together, and running over kind of blessing. You'll look back on this chapter and realize that the nights you spent crying were the nights your harvest was being watered, that every delay was a deposit, that every disappointment was a down payment on your destiny. The victory ahead isn't just a private celebration, it's a public vindication. The people who wrote you off will have no choice but to watch you rise. The doors that slammed in your face will swing open so wide you won't even have to touch them. The opportunities that once seemed too good to be true will show up knocking at your door. Not because you forced it, not because you manipulated it, but because you waited well. Because you trusted when it didn't make sense. Because you stayed faithful when nobody was clapping, when nobody was watching, when nobody was validating you. Your time hidden wasn't wasted. It was holy. It was necessary. It was the secret season where roots grew deeper than storms could reach, where character was built stronger than applause could shake, where faith grew fierce enough to withstand whatever heights you're about to climb. You are stepping into a season where the pieces will finally make sense, where the dots will connect, where the things that once hurt you will become the very things that elevate you, where the pain that once made you question everything will become the platform for your greatest testimony. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is closer than your next breath. And it's not coming because you chased it down with striving and stress. It's coming because you were willing to be still. It's coming because you surrendered the timing. It's coming because you trusted the process. It's coming because the creator of the universe isn't in the business of forgetting his promises. And when it comes, oh, when it comes, it will be bigger, better, and more breathtaking than you dared to pray for. Because that's the kind of God you serve. A God who does exceedingly, abundantly, above all you could ask or imagine. A God who turns weeping into dancing, ashes into beauty, mourning into joy. A God who honors those who refuse to give up in the waiting. So lift your head high, wipe the dust off your dreams, shake the regret off your shoulders. You're not behind schedule. You're right on time. Heaven's calendar never runs late. The blessing is already on its way. The breakthrough is already in motion. And your best days, they're not behind you. They're standing just ahead, hands outstretched, waiting for you to step fully into all you were created to be. The season of sorrow is over. The time of preparation is complete. The stage is set, the curtains are rising, and your name has already been called. Now walk forward in confidence, because this right here, is what you were made for all along. The future waiting for you is bigger than just personal success. It's about legacy. It's about impact. It's about you standing as living proof that faith, patience, and obedience are never wasted. That the universe does reward those who dare to believe beyond what their eyes can see. That miracles aren't myths. They're moments prepared for those who stay ready. Right now, every fiber of your being is tuning itself to a higher frequency. You are being lifted, elevated, shifted into a new dimension of living, where struggle is replaced by flow, where fear is replaced by boldness, where uncertainty is replaced by unwavering trust. This is your rising season. This is your appointed time. And don't be surprised when things begin accelerating even faster. Don't second guess when sudden blessings start appearing one after another. You're not lucky. You're aligned. You're not stumbling into favor. You were born for this. Every delay was a setup. Every hardship was a stepping stone. Every tear was watering the soil of a future that will astonish even you. Stay expectant. Stay anchored. Stay ready. Because you haven't seen anything yet. The best chapters of your story are still being written, and when the final pages turn, the world will marvel at what the universe did in and through you. You're not chasing the blessing anymore. The blessing is chasing you, and it's closer than you think. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. But this isn't just a personal shift, it's a collective one. You're tapping into an ancient source of wisdom that spans lifetimes, one that is now flowing freely through you. The concepts that once seemed foreign are now your reality. You find yourself understanding truths about existence, energy, and time that weren't even in your consciousness before. This isn't just growth. This is a reawakening, one that pulls you into a higher state of being, where every thought, every intention takes on a power you can barely comprehend. What was once locked behind the walls of limitation is now being unlocked through your connection to the universe's deepest truths. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. As the walls of illusion crumble, they'll be replaced with something entirely new. Your awakening isn't just about personal development. It's about reshaping your very understanding of reality itself, and the world around you will never be the same again.